this thermostat does not want to turn on. So I may have to buy another one. So for now, we're going to go ahead and get some kind of a fire starter. I'm going to do it quick. There's a dead tree, just dead limb just hanging here. There's one. Here's another one in the middle of the trail. Toss that sucker back over on a pile. There's another one here. A little more substantial. Drag that sucker back over to camp too. And we got a big dead tree here. You can hear that snap. I'll just collect some kindling here and get things started. And that should be enough to get us moving. This is dead. This is a tipped over tree. A bunch of dead stuff. Just within arm's reach here, easy to grab a hold of. A couple of funky logs here. Just give us the basic sort of fire pit structure. Tamp down some of the scraps here. Oh boy. Oh, get these. Move on to these starts. Oh. Wow, I can't believe how dark it got so fast. Not too worried about myself getting wet because if I get wet, I'm just like burning hot, honestly. Anyway, so I just want to make sure all my stuff doesn't get wet, but it seems to be confined for the moment. We just got to get this fire started, or else it's going to be a real pain to get it going. Got to get it going, bud. Woo. There's that. Yeah, you can hear that rain. Really can't feel it yet. I'm starting to just feel it. Come on, poke on through, buddy. Poke on through to the other side. Woo! I gotta get some of this crap. Just to be semi-responsible, I gotta get some of this underbrush cleared out of here. Okay. Yeah. There it is. Oh, I do have this poncho, handy dandy poncho, which I have camped in the rain with many, many times. So, yeah, if I need to toss that on, I'll toss it on. So far, I'm not getting drenched any wetter than just being completely soaked with sweat. Now, we are getting rain here. That is for sure. Big surprise, I guess, right? I am just sweating like a mule. All right, now normally you wouldn't stand out here and just stand in the rain with no rain protection. I think it's going to get down to like the mid 60s overnight. I am wearing fast dry clothing, so just my body heat should be able to dry this stuff off before I go to sleep, as long as I don't continuously get drenched. But I was already just like soaked with sweat anyway, so I was going to need to dry no matter what. If it really comes down to it, I can get down to my skivvies and get into the sleeping bag that way, which is a lot of people's preferred methods anyhow. So I can just get the wet clothes off if it comes down to it. I'm roasting alive guys, this rain feels pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So, for the time being, I'm gonna let myself do that. Whew. Oh man. If you are one of the people who is watching the video and getting annoyed because I didn't take the proper precautions to keep my clothes dry, just remember, hey, at least it's not you.
Tide Boosted Test. Makeup ruining your fit? Try Tide. It's boosted. The other guy can't match Tide's Boosted Clean. Looks like we passed.
Yes.
It's cleaner, whiter, brighter, and fresher. It's got to be Tide.
Boosted.
Gillette Labs is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? What do you mean? It's Gillette's best shave. And its ultra blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come down my cheeks. Dad. Gillette, the best a man can get. Get it while you can.
Relieve pain and congestion. Clear sinus pressure. Now in one powerful duo.
We put it through the worst, so you get its best. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Really?
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a beautiful feeling. Is that how it goes? Play it again, Sam. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a beautiful.
No.
Hey everybody, welcome to a new season of Camping with Steve. Today I'm disguised as a musician so I can get my gear secretly into the woods. Get dropped off right now by lovely Lindsay. And I'm left to my own devices after this. There's a casino over there, there's a little pub right there, all the amenities that you could kind of ask for right in this area. And I'm gonna get out of the heat because this leather jacket is not conducive to staying cool. Everyone's gonna assume that I'm off to do some busking, or maybe even a gig. Nobody seems to really be noticing me. It has been a problem lately, going to film things and being recognized on the way to go film them, so this really works out good, the costume idea. There's restrooms over there, lots of stuff, lots of stuff. Oh, this looks pretty easy. Okay, into the woods. Not a moment too soon because I'm sweating. Holy. I don't like the looks of that house-looking thing right there. Somebody's walking a dog. This is kind of a trail system around here. So I'm gonna move closer down by the hospital. It looks like some good woods there. Just gonna wait for this person and their dog to walk past. Okay. I'll have to be a little further from the pub than I'd like, but that's all right. It's all about camping today, not going to the pub. This guitar case is heavy, but I'll show you what's in it as soon as we get in these woods here, right by the hospital. So if anybody asks, I could say I'm going to play some music for sick people in the hospital. It'd probably make them a lot sicker. Okay, this looks good. Look at this. Obviously a bit of a walking trail here for sure, but let's see. Okay, somebody got into the car right back there. I heard a door slam. But, okay. This is a good spot for sure. Aside from being real close to the trail. But I'm going to put some branches and stuff up to try and hide me a little better. But I'll show you what's in the guitar case and switch on to the main camera here. What I got in here is my cook set right at the top. And I've got my butane in there and a little single burner stove. A couple of bottles of water. Got utensils, some meal prep gloves. I've got food with me. It's all portioned out and ready to go. In this little part, got some more food seasonings, a little tiny thing of something to drink, thermocell, extra camera batteries as well. It fits in there quite good. Then beverage. Oh, this is important. I brought this 30% DEET stuff, so try to keep these ticks at bay. We got the spray for the little things. Got the spray for the big things. Spare spray has seen some better days, but it's still hopefully not expired. Yeah, it's good for a bit, I think. A flashlight, hammock, which I'll string up shortly, and a sleeping bag. So that all fits in the guitar case, just like that. No one suspects a thing. Moving any of these good camouflage branches in between me and the trail. Yeah, there's a couple of people walking past. They didn't even look over it, even though I was talking. So, yay. Gonna pull up the rainfly, and I'm just gonna see what it looks like on the road. Gonna walk out to the road. My costume doesn't really make any sense unless I'm carrying that guitar case, but I'm staying in costume anyway. Let's check this out. Well, that's obvious. Hopefully, a little further down here, it doesn't stand out quite as much. Still kind of stands out, but let's see. Nobody's going to be walking up here, I don't think. I think it's highly unlikely. It's a little obvious. I don't think anybody would notice, or maybe even care. But between these trees here, I'm gonna pile some stuff. That'll block me nicely from the view. So we'll pile some stuff up there, and we'll check it out again. Stacked up a whole bunch of branches. But a family just started walking down this way. So I'm just gonna lay low, and hopefully they walk right on past. Now, if I'm gonna be stealthy, I should just take that off. I stacked a bunch of branches in varying depths that should hopefully really hide this operation I got going on here. Just kind of stacked a bunch of stuff here. Still more to come, but let's see. That should definitely hide my hammock a lot better than it was. From here, there's only one spot that I can kind of see the silhouette of the hammock. Right there. Just got to stick a few more branches on there, and we are laughing. About time too, because I'm getting a little thirsty. What I really love about a hammock is that it is a sheltered chair as well. So if it starts raining, I'm fine. I don't have to bring another piece of equipment to sit down on. I can cook right in front of me here. But anyway, time to crack a little step 2. Because I'm a little dehydrated, and this will dehydrate me more. That's why we got water. Cheers, everybody. It's hoppy. It's a pale ale. Low in alcohol is 5%. A lot of those IPAs and stuff, they get crazy alcohol percentages. And I gotta stop picking things based on the name. Actually, is what I should do. But if people are into pale ale, it's probably pretty good beverage. Cheers, everybody. All right. It's about 6:52, and the sun will be going down in an hour and a half or so. So I'm just laying low, trying to not be sketchy. I don't want to freak anybody out, because there are good campers and then there are not so good campers. And talked to a few of the locals, and there were a couple of camps that were up to no good. They started making trouble in the community. The playground was where they spent most of it. Almost twilight. The sun is just about to set. Oh, almost clotheslined myself with that. So hopefully we don't have any issues, because somebody just on a bicycle there going past. Okay, yeah, I'm good and hidden. That's not a problem. Close enough to be exciting and fun, but far enough in the woods nobody can see me, because I don't want a minor problem. Got the guitar case under the hammock there, and I'm just going to wander out. It is now officially dusk, almost. Parking lot there is calming down quite a bit. Well, I can kind of see something, but it's not bad. It's only going to get better when it's dark. I got food to cook, but I won't do that quite yet. I'm going to hit the pub and then play it by ear. I love being incognito. Bustling little place around here. That's okay, I know the secret spot. Good evening. Yeah, there's people around for sure. There's like dirt bikes zipping around as well down the trail that I have to go down. I have to say, I pretty much like this place. Those dog walkers and dirt bikers knew what I was up to. They'd be singing a different tune. Now I slink back into the woods undetected. I would never lie to people. I would never actually say I'm a musician, but there is the implication. Oh yeah. Now this is my jam. Totally in harmony with nature. Okay, something's not good right there. Some quads came down that hill, and I think somebody might have wiped out. I hope they're okay. The hospital's right there if there is a problem. Oh, they sound happy over there. Good. Just keep on riding, That's a relief. If somebody hurt themselves there and there were paramedics around and I'm like right here trying to hide out, that can be an issue. That could be worse than an issue. That could be a situation.
The Unstoppables Unlimited Collection. Luxury laundry scent beads so you can smell unstoppable. Guess who has toys at great prices you'll love? From Disney and Lego to Melissa and Doug. Now guess who has toys that make wishes come true? The answer is simple. It's Walmart. Who knew?
At Marshalls, our buyers hustle 24/7, so you never have to compromise on quality or price.
What's going on today?
I'm filming a bunch of insurance commercials. So many.
Mascots coming through.
Okay, now from in here, normally I like to do like a little bit of light like that. It doesn't seem too bad compared to all those lights over there. But I can turn it way up and way down just from the phone, which I think is cool. But let's go see what it looks like. And then I'll let you guys be the judge. Down here along this trail, this was the most visible spot that camp was. If I turn on my light, nothing. If I turn it up to maximum, yeah, I can see it through there, but I can turn it right back down. Because I've had some bad, I'll just turn that off completely right now. I've had some bad stealth camping, stealth tests, where of course, you know, I happen to be out and a security guard drives past, or those types of issues. I don't like issues. This is, oh yeah, I can see why somebody might have wiped out on a quad or side-by-side coming through here, or a dirt bike. Look at that. That amount of light works perfect for me. In my bag of tricks, I got stuff for Taco Mac, including taco seasoning, ground beef, macaroni noodles, etc. First trick of the game is to fry up that ground beef. And see, like I brought a single portion of it. I didn't even bring a humongous amount for just me. Healthy life, right? Taco Mac in a healthy portion. Brown the ground beef quickly and silently. Music to my ears. I'll throw in a little bit of this taco seasoning. That is not a stealthy smell at all, but this beef is cooking up. Looks pretty much done. So throw in some water. How much? I don't know. I'm guessing. What I did there was probably 1.5 cups. Bring that to a boil and throw in some macaroni. Again, I don't know how much I should throw in here. That seemed like quite a bit. Cook the macaroni, and then I'll stir in some cheese. Can't see any of the macaroni in there yet, but macaroni's a grower, not a shower. See what I mean about that macaroni? Yeah, it showed up to the party. So, a little cheese in there. If this is going to melt in there nice, I am so happy. Probably should do it in small doses, but yeah. That is the meal of the evening. I gotta chow down on some of this, and then I don't know what it is about a casino. It's open until midnight. I'm gonna wander over, stick 20 in the slots, and just see what happens. You know, it's not a camping trip without hitting a casino, am I right? The really nice thing with these camping sets is that the lid fits on, and then that thing closes over top. And it's really burning my hands there. So you can keep that closed to keep the critters out when you hit the casino. Everything is bundled up here. No one's the wiser. I'm just a lost musician looking for a jackpot down at the casino. That's how you lose $20 of money. Time to weasel into my home. This is music to my ears. It's like a symphony in my mouth. Things look pretty smooth sailing for the night. In the hammock for the night. Up here, got some water and my cell phone in this above compartment. But yeah, I am down for the camp, down for the night. Thank you guys for watching so far. Good morning, everybody. This was the most appropriate sleeping bag I've ever brought for a stealth camping trip. This thing here, it's a hybrid. It's like a, that's upside down. You can't really read that, but it's good down till freezing, or so they say. Which is always a bunch of malarkey, because they're not good to whatever they claim to be good to. That's just a fact. It's a marketing hype thing. Anyway, there's a little bit of fog out there. Seems to be a pretty good day. I'm going to pack this up because the road trip continues. We are headed off to Nova Scotia. Oh, bye. Okay. All right. Gotta get this day going because this is one of those days I could just lay here and sleep forever. Yeah. I'm gonna miss the ferry if I do that. So time to get up, everybody, and get out of here. Yeah, it was a pretty smooth night. No problems at all. Today we get fog, nature's camouflage, which is just great because I should have us all taking part, ripped down in a few minutes. It always goes pretty quick, so I'm gonna actually put a timer on and see how long it takes. 8:43 right now. Okay. Ta-da! Could have been quicker, but still. 8:47. All I can say is it beats taking a tent down. And yeah, I still even had to put the sleeping bag in the stuff sack. A lot of stuff going on this morning. A lot of moving parts here. A lot of ins and outs. Oh, holy moly. Yeah, watch out for these things. They'll get you. Whatever this is, it's going. We're going to get it out of here. One thing at a time. If every stealth camper just brought one thing with them, the place would be meticulous. Looks like nobody was ever there. It was a fine night. night. And they had no idea. I was just camped right in there. Oh, yeah. Now, in the daylight, after hearing that quad yesterday crash here, yeah, that's what we call don't drive around at night on unfamiliar trails. But anyway, enough of my lectures about life. I'm gonna throw my sunglasses on just so I can look cooler. Yeah, so got away with that, no problem. But yeah, disguises are the way to go, I think. It adds a level of fun and disguise. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I gotta hit the road, make some miles, and cheers, everybody. Thanks for following along. The adventure continues, and thanks for tagging along. See you guys. Somebody is not happy right here. It's the pose. Oh my. Okay. This whole thing again. Birds, I'm trying to pull them here. Okay. So, anyway, right now it is a caw. Okay. Right now it's 6:47, and okay, I gotta try this when we're gone. Okay, so it is 6:50 p.m. So it is 6:50 p.m. Oh, these crows.
Walmart Plus in-home with the Nielsen's. I've been delivering orders to the Nielsen's for about a year. Hi. We've gotten to know each other really well. They're pretty busy, so sometimes they're home and sometimes it's just me and Frankie. Nina likes cereal with marshmallows and snacks on the counter where she can reach them. And Frankie's food goes in the garage where he can't reach it. Hi. Walmart Plus in-home members get orders delivered free and put away by trusted trained associates.
Hey guys, welcome to Camping with Steve. I got an e-bike. It was on sale at the end of the season, $1,000 off. And of course, the cheapest one I could find at Canadian Tire. And I'm gonna go out and explore a little bit. I pulled over on a little secondary side road here. I want to check my map because this might go where I want to go. That's probably safer, to be honest, because there's a shoulder and less blind hills and turns, but this is a lot more scenic. And provided I stay as far to the right as I can, I shouldn't have a problem. Awesome little river here. Very tantalizing island right in the middle, but I'm in no way equipped to get out there, and there's houses really close by. But this back road here goes to this little village that got bypassed by the main highway, and I'll explore the roads up and down, see what I can see around here, because these are really quaint, beautiful roads. And I'm testing out, I got this Insta360 camera. I was kind of sold on it because it can, I guess, remove the selfie stick or something. So if you're seeing video that looks strange or different, there is not a car in front of me filming. It's just me along with the selfie stick that goes like real big like that too. So we're living in the future. I'm at what was the old main highway coming through here. And this section cut off on both ends, as I said. Down that way, it looks really overgrown. Down that way, there's a little town, and it keeps going, and then it's really, really overgrown. So we'll go this way first, because I want to check out the town, village, hamlet, whatever it is.
Stinkrat.
And this is where it used to just keep going straight. Crazy to think that whole way I was biking, there used to be like transport trucks, everything. The main power lines actually kind of go along there too. So I'll turn around and head back to the other end of this road. But first, we'll find a little spot along that river to enjoy the snack. And then got to find somewhere to camp. I'm not going to camp around this section because where it gets really overgrown, I get the highway noise, and hopefully I can find somewhere quieter. Let's go. Just taking a breather here. This is weight-wise what I would consider to be almost a fully loaded bike. There is all the camping gear in here, sleeping gear, water, food, cooking equipment, bug spray, tons of camera gear. And I've been pedaling this for, let's see, started around 30, so about 25 kilometers on medium assistance strength. Haven't really broken too much of a sweat. And the battery's still, just one notch down from the top there. So far I'm pretty impressed with this. This makes biking seem so possible. So I'm just gonna go up the road, turn left onto where that road goes abandoned, and we'll see if we can hunker down for a little bit of a snack and a drink of poo because I'm getting a little thirsty, and see what we can come up with for the night. Was a bit hungry there. Actually doing something really works up the appetite. Okay, done a complete loop. This is the original road that I pulled up, and this is actually the old highway. So this time we go that way. Sounds like somebody's coming though. I'm a cyclist today, but I'm not one of those cyclists. I get out of the way because I've been a motorist for so long, primarily, and I understand. We can be a nuisance on a bike. This is where the road ends, my friends. Going straight, the power lines go that way. And there's some boulders blocking this off. And going that way, there's nothing at all. There's more boulders. So, yeah. Main highway up there. Doesn't look like it goes very far. So I don't need this anymore. Anyway, check this out. Okay, not much to see there. Okay. Scared me for a second. I thought it was bear scat. It's just asphalt. Huh. I think I should be able to get through this way. Ah, yes. Oh, give me a break. Okay, that's a new one. I don't have a vehicle big enough to get this TV out of here, and I don't know where to put it. If I did put it anywhere, I can get the bike through here. This is easy. Oh. Okay. We don't have this where I'm from, but this looks to me like poison ivy. Huh. So I'll double check that with my app. I've seen enough pictures of it. Yeah, just walk. Poison ivy, no problem. Long sleeve pants and closed-toe shoes. That's the way to do it. Now we're talking. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. The old highway. Power line's running right along beside it. Severely overgrown. I can kind of see the line paintings on it still. I'm gonna get the bike. I can camp down here easy. There's enough moss. I might not even need a sleeping pad. Look at that. Okay, gonna get the bike. Poison ivy. Yes, indeed. How about that? I'm identifying something. That's a good one to identify. Yeah, I'm going to need that thermocell too. Big time. Oh, that app is called Picture This. I know people will ask. And it identifies whatever you take a picture of. Don't trust it completely, but it's good guidance for sure. Definitely don't eat anything based on identification from that app. All right. There's no signs about trespassing or anything, so I'm not worried. Oh, this TV bugs me now. I guess I'll jump on and ride a bit further. See what this looks like. I'll check for spots to set up camp. I'm gonna look around for that poison ivy before I get too comfortable. But I hear a little bit of the highway, so that's gonna happen anywhere here. And it's further away from that side where there were some residents a little further down that way. And they may hike through here, I'm not sure. First things first, I'm gonna get some bug spray on and that thermosol rolling. So the name of this bike is a Raleigh Gateway Electric Assist. And I can say that electric assist makes a huge difference. Logged about 30 kilometers, which I'll figure that out to miles. That's not a long stretch by bicycle touring standards. Usually like 60 miles, 100K is a solid day or an acceptable day. But for the first time on a bike in ages, and for being as out of shape as I am, yeah, that electric assist makes it possible. Because I cannot imagine trying to do that without it. Okay. All right. Nuke these bugs. Whoa, strong. Oh, DEET free. I got the junk stuff. I never thought one of these little triangle chairs would be comfortable, but after sitting on the bike for the first time in ages, 30 kilometers, just about anything feels better than that seat. So I don't have a tent. I'm gonna be just stringing a tarp across, maybe using the bike as an anchor point, and then just kind of making a nice little bunk down here. I've got an air mattress. Clear off some of this stuff, but I guess we'll go through the kit in the back. But first, I think I want to look through these woods here off to the side before it gets dark. We still got a couple hours until the sun sets, so lots of time. I don't know when they decommissioned this road, but this asphalt is in like really good shape underneath this moss. I don't want to rip up the moss or anything, but it's in better shape than some of the actual highway. not really much down this section of abandoned highway.
Pretty big idea, shovel. Is everything rotten?
Alright, here we go. Use for a selfie stick. It's an old can of golden or pale oils have been noted for their appropriately low carbon and acid content. Okay, so this is a type of an old engine oil. I guess. When that got thrown out the window, they didn't have the stringent littering laws they do today. Nature just seemed inexhaustible. There's nature's nature's landfill, so to speak. We're hopefully getting better than that as people, aside from that TV up there. So, in my bag of tricks, I got fire starter, some waters, and I know I should have a refillable one. I refill these as much as possible, but on the road, a refillable water jug, it's not really that easy to find spots to fill them. Most places want you to buy these, so they're not interested in giving away water. Extra thermocell stuff, some bear spray. Now, I'm not really that worried about bears here, but the black bears right across Canada, all over the place. Rope. This little folding grill thing I'll be cooking on. Picnic basket, and you can see I've shifted the balance on the bike. Picnic basket. There was not room in the picnic basket for step twos, so little bag of what used to be ice. That's delicious, refreshing water, and some very frosty Alexander Keiths. So, gonna have to be stealthy today, my friends. Cheers to taking on life. Yeah.
Get a taste of new Lipton Fusions, made with real iced tea and lemonade. Palmolive Ultra removes up to 2.5 times the grease versus Dawn non-concentrated. Try it today.
As an engineer, science-based design is very important to me, especially when it comes to my oral health. That's why I use this, the Colgate Total Active Prevention System. With a specifically engineered toothpaste, antibacterial mouthwash, and a toothbrush with over 5,000 bristles, Colgate Total's system is 15 times more effective at reducing bacteria buildup, fighting the root cause of oral health problems like gingivitis and cavities. When it comes to oral health, you want to get ahead and stay ahead. So choosing a system that's been engineered to double down on proactive care makes all the difference. Follow the science and take control of your oral health right now. Be dentist ready with Colgate Total.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
1 minute, it's smooth driving.
Come on.
The next, a crack. But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com.
Nice.
And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road.
Safe Light Repair.
Come on.
Safe Light Replace.
Go to SafeLight.com and get it fixed now and pay later.
Yes, I tucked my pants into my socks because I got to gather some firewood in a bit. And ticks, ticks, ticks. They like to get in there, and we don't want that. Yeah, just a couple of rocks to hold it down. Perfect. Pretty sad looking. Well, thankfully for you guys, I'm not a spandex man. I just picked up something kind of that dries easy, that gives me some range of motion on the bike, and again, one of these fast drying shirts. I don't know the brands. These are from Walmart, because that's all I can find around the area. And this one was from Mark's Work Warehouse. On clearance, I think, because it's the end of the sports season. But this is what I'm cooking on tonight. I picked this up in my travels somewhere. I couldn't resist. When I see something moderately inexpensive that's neat and could have some use on my trips, I like to pick it up. So, folds out like so. UCO flat pack portable grill and fire pit. I'll see if I can track down a link to it, but let's see if it works before I endorse this thing. I think I'm going to move everything over to the other side there because I came in on that side, and if I'm having a fire, I want it kind of blocked by this. Like there's nothing on that side, but there could be people walking around to the end of the road there. Although nobody is likely to come by, I'm sure I'm not supposed to be here. We'll test this out. Clearly the first time I've burned anything in it. My kindling. It's really cute, and with small pieces of wood, it should go for quite a while. Probably just throw in some pieces here and there. Oh, I better find that that part to lift up the grate. I don't really like things that come with a bunch of pieces to lose. I'm gonna have to be pretty aggressive with the thermocell and the insect spray tonight because it's not really cooling down that much. Right now it is 25 Celsius. It's fairly close to 80 Fahrenheit, and it will only be cooling down to around 70 Fahrenheit tonight, or about 21-ish Celsius. So I'm not expecting them to let up. And I'm probably not going to need this top tarp tent, so I'll probably just lay down on the ground there. Building up some coals and embers in the bottom there, which is great because I'm planning a moderately ambitious meal. I've got these twice baked double stuffed potatoes. They used to actually look nice, you know, like with those little decorative swirl things on top. No, after a bike ride, they look like mush. So there's these. My backup food, when I'm testing a new stove, I always bring something to keep me alive. Potato salad. Should everything else not work, and you know I can eat that anyways. And in the deli department, they had these lean ground beef stuffed peppers. So these are not cooked at all. And I got some foil. I'm going to wrap them in the foil and just kind of try to cook them on there. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but it's not my first experience with cycling. People may have missed wherever I mentioned it in the videos, but About 10 years ago, I did ride my bicycle from Victoria to Edmonton, a distance of 1,200 kilometers or 800 miles, thereabouts. And I would do this type of thing, like camp in the woods, sleep on the side of the road, crawl behind a sign, stay in a campground. Money was a bit of a factor, so I didn't really stay in hotels. But campgrounds were the treat. And that was a non-e-bike. That was like a purely pedal-powered bike. And it was way cheaper than this one. It was the cheapest road bike I could get my hands on at the time. And it was loaded a lot more than this. There was the 2 panniers on the back, 2 on the front. And I went over the Rockies in that. So getting back into that, I think, is good for me. I can get into shape. I don't anticipate I'm going to go right across the country in this thing. But on the way back, I'm going to put it to good use. I got a little carrier for the back of the car. I can take it down the highway. And it's just a great pace to see the world. Like little places like this that you probably would have just drove past. Here, I can actually, scoot off, explore it a bit, get back on the road, like not in a rush. Because it seems like when you're driving, you just try to get there. It looks like a lot of coals in there. And that'll do the job fine. And I'm sitting here hours away from entering the 42nd year of my life. Happy to be keeping things as simple and as real as possible. And happy to be sharing it with everybody. Oh, my eye! That would make it exciting, but not in the way I want. Let's see how badly this goes. Okay. My potatoes, I throw on for a little bit. Let's see. They're okay. Don't look at the potatoes. Just check out this little guy. That cooked up just perfect. Oh yeah. Foil pouches, never go wrong with that. Let's go up to the highway. What could go wrong? Went through about 1 million spider webs. There's even more. Holy man. So, finding my way back. That's the interesting part. How about that? Under the stars tonight. That's the plan. Sleeping bag, purely for show, because it is hot out. It's going to be a good sleep. See you guys in the morning. Morning, everybody. I love when the contours of the road perfectly fit your body. That was actually a strange thing to discover, but a good thing. One of the first times I used Thermacell and still had a bit of a mosquito issue here. So I'm going to pack up pretty quick. I slept in because it's my birthday and I literally have nothing to do other than pack up and start the day. 9:57. Good job, Steve. Sleeping in on a road until 10. That's impressive. Okay. So yeah, I did hear some voices, and I'm gonna get out of here before somebody finds me embarrassingly sleeping on the ground on an abandoned highway. And let's begin the day. This held up good. Verdict on this little guy, based on the first use, is I like it. This place is looking more abandoned than when I got here. Perfect. Look at this. You never know a soul's here. Just the way it should be. I'll see if I can fit the camera back in here. Sure hope so. I'll see if that general store has breakfasty type things. Let's roll. All right, I'm gonna keep biking to the next town down the road here. And something will hopefully be open. It's only about 17K kilometers down the road. What does that mean? 2 miles. Hopefully I remember to put that in. Okay, it looks like it's going to be Subway. I'm gonna find somewhere to chow down on my foot-long BLT. But it's not gonna be inside the restaurant. I don't think I've ever actually eaten in the sit-down part of a fast food restaurant since I was a child, and I don't intend to start now. Looks like I didn't have to go too far. When I woke up, I wasn't feeling it, but after that last 20-kilometer stretch, I'm feeling it. It's nice to sit on something that's not that bike seat. But thanks for watching, guys. I know this is different as always. Nothing really that stealthy to it, but it was fun, relaxing, therapeutic, cathartic. I got to see my abandoned highway that I've always been dreaming of doing a camping trip on. And overall, it was pretty fun for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you do, please consider subscribing. It'd be like a birthday present for me. Thank you. Cheers, everybody.
Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them.
You ready? It's Saturday. Dave's ready. Dave George's ready. He's miles ahead of you.
We flying, Dave.
Oh!
Let's go.
Plenty of runtime, and it's even got turbo mode.
That's what they called me in college. No, they didn't. They called me a lot of things, different things.
I bet they did.
We'll take it.
We got a Sunday to earn.
We help you tackle that project by Saturday so you can earn your Sunday. Lowe's.
With the best Halloween decor from Michaels, we're not twinning. We're winning. Because Michaels has everything to show our different sides. Ooh. Don't touch my stuff. I saw it first. Mom!
Carry, especially when you have to backpack it through a big ditch. So we're gonna get some of this happening really quickly. You guys won't believe this. I got a knife. I have a knife with me today. So I'm learning. It's not a good knife, but it does the job. And of course, pack it in, pack it out. Can't leave any garbage out here, or else they'll start cracking down on people camping in the medians of the highways. That's actually not bad. I like it. right up here at the top of the hill, and there's the two lanes. There's westbound there, there's eastbound there, and they're separated by quite a distance. So it gives a nice big median in here. It's up a hill, so if a vehicle was to come careening off of the road, it wouldn't be able to get up here and squish me. So got the setup right there. There's some animals up here in this these strange parts. We've still got a couple hours of daylight here, and this is probably seeming almost too easy for me. I might start a small fire and try to keep that hidden. I don't want to get too much closer to the road because if I'm this far in, they shouldn't be able to see me, particularly if I stand still. They can't really get a good view until they're like right beside, so they'd have to be looking right out their window. And most people are focused on the road anyways. They're not looking for anybody camping in the median. So, and I don't think they'd care. But I want to get out once there's a break in traffic and see what I can see with this setup from up here. Except if somebody sees me walking around in the ditch, they're going to assume that I need help or something, or that I'm a murderer. I don't know. So I don't want to arouse any more suspicion than I have by leaving this one set of footprints coming into the median. Okay, I got a quick break in traffic. This is where I came in. That's the highway there. And from here, there is no seeing anything. This is going to be a walk in the park. All right, I'll just walk up through here the way I came in. And yeah, that is stealthy. It's a nice color for the hammock because it doesn't really stick out. A lot of camping stuff, they like to make it like yellow or bright blue. So this works quite nicely. I got off the main road just in the nick of time. With some slightly warmer weather here, and I mean that relatively because this is very unusual, even for here. Like, this is normally a cold place, but typically by the 1st of April, the snow is pretty well gone. You can expect another little bit of snow before it really disappears, but anyway, it is warmer, so I can get back to almost my summer pack setup here. And I'll show you what I got in the pack because we got some time to kill before I start rummaging around for a little more firewood. And speaking of which, this little hatchety doodad, inexpensive, but good to have, packs up small. All my stuff is from Canadian Tire. I don't have links to it because they don't really sell it on, well, they do sell it on the Canadian Tire website, but that's not worldwide, and most of my viewers are not in Canada. So this is a Woods brand. It's Woods camping equipment. Oh, a friendly little train to keep me company tonight too. That's awesome. So I got my step 2. I got bear spray because I don't know if there's any bears still in hibernation or not. But this kind of looks like the spot where you'd expect a bear to actually be denning. So I got this in case I've set up beside a bear's hibernaculum, and I don't want to startle it. It'll probably be a little hungry this time of year, but I think they're still pretty well sleeping for the year. And I also am not too concerned because I don't see any evidence around here, that type of thing. And I got old Trusty here with me. Moving right along. I got this, again, a Woods brand. This is a mummy bag good for -12, so that means for like around freezing probably. I've used it successfully in some coldish weather. I got a little stove because I wasn't sure if there was going to be any accessible firewood, or if the fire would give my location away too badly. So this is also inexpensive stuff. Just an isobutane stove. This little guy here, she screws on there, and this, I have no idea where I got it, but I think it was about 20 bucks. And you know, they're all pretty much the same. So this is the emergency cooking setup in case it's a little sketchy to start the fire and get the fire going. But for electronics, I got my just a battery charging pack to keep the camera batteries charged and my cell phone charged, to arrange for pickups. A little folding tripod chair, because the hammock will work really good for a seat, but I never know when I get here if I'm actually going to find a good spot to set up the hammock. And this is, I just bring it just because. It can also be a nice little stool to set stuff on. And you know, aside from that, I brought smoked sausages today. They're Grimm's brand. And that just makes me pleased because I'm always craving them every time they start up a campfire. And you know what? Tonight I'm having some. So I gotta rummage around for a little firewood in a bit here. I'm gonna have a couple more sips of whiskey here. And that'll give me the courage I need to wander a little closer to the highway to rummage through some really dry looking wood out there. And we have a paper birch here. It's a spindly little thing. It's not much of a tree, but it's still a paper birch all the same. And that bark, if I know anything from watching real bushcraft channels, is that should burn. And failing that, I've got a backup. Nothing incredibly fancy. I just got a whole bunch of flyers that I can crumple up and start a fire with. So no explosions today or anything to start the fire, or big torches or that type of thing, because we're backpacking again, right? But yeah, let's explore around here. I've seen a few squirrels already, and a lot of bunny droppings. So that's where we're at here, and just gonna chill, relax for the evening. Oh, this is sweet. No shortage of firewood around here. Nice. Didn't have to bring that little stove, but it's not bad to have in the event of an emergency. Birch. Out here collecting a little firewood, and I see this. Strange to see out here. I don't see a pond anywhere nearby. This was gnawed down by a beaver, a big, humongous beaver. And I just don't know why they'd be up here, but yeah. Piece of wood here. We'll have this fire started in no time, guys. And just in time, the sun is on the way down, and we're going to have good night. Right. Okay. Fire time. I put up a community post, and I think someone might know where I am. A trucker just honked a whole bunch when he went down the road, like honk, honk, honk. So if that was you, thanks for the hello. All right. Sorry, co-op, not buying your stuff today. Gonna get a fire started with you. Yeah. This is oddly one of the more real fires I've made without using all the pyrotechnics and stuff that I sometimes do. But you can't have those big torches and stuff out here. I'll give you away in no time. So, yeah. All lit fires before, most of us. And this is my method. A lighter. And that's what I'll have to use until I get Joe out here to show me how to use fire steel. But this is a lot smaller, lighter, easier to use.
I love being a billionaire. That's why I turned my normal house into a haunted house. And that's why I love playing FanDuel Casino. With hundreds of games and a shocking amount of jackpots, it makes me feel right at home. Ooh, jackpot. That's a nice surprise.
Calling all trillionaires.
This is awesome. The sun sets on another day in this world. Yep, that is a modest fire, and if I keep it small like this, we're not going to have any problems at all. No fire bans yet, and this has thrown enough heat to keep me quite comfortable. Well, another good reason to bring this stool is because I set up the fire pit and I set up the cot, or the hammock, and the smoke is blowing right at it. So to not get smoked out, I'm sitting over here for it now. And it's burning a little pit in the snow here, so that really hides the flame from the road. Smoke is a bad thing if you're seriously going to have fire while you're stealth camping. Probably a rocket stove is best, or a Dakota fire hole. I built one of those in another video that actually worked incredibly well. But unfortunately, there is no building Dakota fire holes in snow. So this is what we're working with today. And I had to cut a switch to roast up a hot dog or two, or smoked sausage with a little mustard, because finally I get my meal I'm craving every time. As soon as the fire comes on, I'm thinking I should be roasting a hot dog or something like this. So that's the next step, is to cut a switch, and there's some fine looking ones over there that they're still green and they're small. And I've actually got a knife this time and a small little hatchety thing. So let the hunkering begin. Oh yeah. Now this is sweet. Traffic has calmed down a fair bit. I'm gonna walk down and see what this fire looks like from out there on the highway, because I think we got a little break in traffic here. I don't have a light with me, but there's a super moon coming out, so that should give us good light until I can on the flashlights. These are the tracks through the snow from where I came in, if you can see me or see the tracks. And from down here, I don't see a thing. Don't see a thing from down here. And that's awesome. I'm gonna walk a little further out along the tracks. That's the road. Oh my God. This was deep snow. Yeah. That is so. Can I come in here? Get back in there. Awesome. You know, even with fire going. Oh yeah. Yeah, they'll never see that. They'll never see that from me. Awesome. My best guess is that this highway was really going to slow down it. That's not the case. There's a lot of truckers delivering much needed provisions right now. I made myself a hot dog stick. It cost me dearly. This is what I had for a Band-Aid, but that was that stupid axe. It's way too sharp. A nice smoked sausage, and we'll toast the bun up a little. Put some mustard on it. This is going to be good. Real good. And I'll crawl under this train wreck here. And it's going to be done for the night. Oh, yes. All right. Now here is how it's supposed to work, kind of. There's no way I can show this on camera, but you get in through a Ziploc thing on the bottom. We'll catch you on the inside. Well, I finally got it set up in here so I can sleep. So we'll see you guys in the morning, and I'll actually show you in daylight what this thing is all about. And I'll try to hook it up a little bit better because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be hitting the ground by the morning. And I got to learn how to tie some knots, I think. But I'll see you guys in the morning. And a huge shout out to all the beer donation guys. I am discouraging that right now because there's food banks and health services and everything else that could probably use those donations a lot more than me. But I do thank the people that have donated. So thank you all so much for the donations. And I'm going to
Oh, I'm really gonna hunt for another beer. I'm gonna, maybe I'll get to sleep. It is so peaceful out here. Surprisingly peaceful. The road traffic has died right down, and there's the occasional train that comes by, and I don't mind that one little bit. So we'll see you guys in the AM. Survived the night and didn't get busted. So the strange thing about this hammock, you have to get in from that bottom, as I was saying. So it's not easy to get in and out if you got to use the bathroom, which I do. So that pretty much means I'm up for the day, because I'm not going to wiggle back into this thing. It's a little bit of a tricky system. But there's other ones that have a zipper on the side, which I'd recommend those, to be honest. All right, let's go do this. I put in the call to Crazy Neighbor to come and pick me up so the beautiful wife can sleep in a little bit today. And he'll be here probably within an hour and a half or so. So I'm going to slowly start taking this down and get ready to jump out of this median here as soon as he pulls up alongside of the road. But fire's out. Everything worked really good. It was a good, successful night. Definitely didn't get spotted or caught, so that's awesome. And the way my understanding of trespass out here is, and don't take me as legal advice on this, my understanding is that in order to be actually charged with any trespassing, you need to have gone past a fence or a sign. If it's just bare land, they can ask you to leave, that's for sure. But without a no trespassing sign or fence or something like that to indicate that it is private property, that you should be in the good. And that's just here, and that's the research that I did years ago. So that's kind of what I'm going with, but at any rate, this is almost certainly public land because it's a highway median. Nobody would be foolish enough to own this little piece of property because it's pretty useless to farm, and it's pretty loud if you wanted to live here, but yeah, anyway. Well, I'm sad to admit it, but I think I'll be upgrading this hammock here. It's been pretty good for me, but just that getting in through the bottom Velcro there just doesn't work for me anymore. So I like the brand. I'm probably going to stay with this Hennessy company and see what else they have out there. But it also has, it has a few burn holes in it from being by the fire, and that won't bode well in mosquito season, because that should be happening here within the next month or 2 months, depending on how this weather goes. Anyway, if you guys got suggestions on a hammock, let me know if you got one that you really like, and I'll look into these and see what I can get. I got my pack here ready to go when Crazy Neighbor pulls up there, and then I'll just jump in real quick. That won't be for a little bit, but I'm ready when he does show up. And again, don't take this as a instructional channel by any stretch. It's barely even entertainment. So, bring first aid kit, or at the very least a Band-Aid or something, or a tourniquet. Let people know where you're going if you're doing this. I did shoot off a GPS pin location to my wife, beautiful wife, and Crazy Neighbor, just in the event that if they didn't hear from me or something, the next day they'd know where to start looking. And yeah, it's a good thing for any type of camping, particularly stealth, because you're usually way out of the way trying to not be seen. So that's what I'll say about that. I want to climb to the top of this hill and get a good look at both sides of the road here and see how the location looks from out there. Holy moly. Got some whiskey left. Breakfast whiskey. Yum yum. I didn't actually drink much whiskey last night. The snow here is still devastatingly deep. And this is where I didn't want to walk to yesterday. So it's a pretty good indication that if anything were to come careening off of the highway, it would not make it up this hill. But if I were also to camp up here in this spot, it would be way too obvious. It is a nice clearing and everything, but it would be in a little bit more of a line of sight to the traffic. So, yeah. Just waiting for my ride to arrive, and then we're gonna make the frantic break out across the highway to the other side for the pickup. So, thanks for watching on this crazy adventure. We're gonna have more. We're almost moved completely into the house now, so we had to get an extension for a couple of weeks because there was just too much to move. So, and not a lot of help right now. Anyhow, yeah, let's just set up the camera, and I'm gonna wait for crazy neighbor to move a little closer to the road too, so that we can run quickly as soon as he shows up. Just waiting for crazy neighbor to come along, pick me up. Yeah, nobody looks over here, they just drive right on past, even with me this close to the road. So you probably noticed, it's about time for a new sweater, but I needed something really powerful and ugly for this trip. So I got this little thing on, and I had this back in the boondocking days in like 2010. So this thing's had a good life, 10 years, and I wore the snot out of it. So it's holding together for now, but just barely. And beautiful wife actually rescued this for me. I'd worked at the cemetery, and that's where I met her. And I got fired, and I'd left this at one of the job sites. It got hot one day, and I took it off, and I was weed whacking around the grave markers. And I got fired, and I left this behind, and she grabbed it and held on to it for me. And then I think it's our second date or third date, maybe even longer than that, before she actually got it back to me. But it was really nice of her to save this little piece of boondocking history. So pretty much all that's left from those days. I don't have that RV anymore. The storage fees were building up, and I'd had it in storage in BC. And after a year or two, I hadn't gone back, and I'd spent more on storage fees than it was worth, and I just couldn't justify that. So I gave it up to the storage lot, and somebody's got that now, but it's most likely scrap or garbage or something like that. But it is truly incredible. You don't have to go too far away from civilization, and then you start to find more nature. Not far away at all. I got a text. I wonder if that's right. Okay. Crazy neighbor has just shown up, and he's parked across the road. I'm just waiting for a break in traffic here. And then I'll run across. And it always comes in waves because you got that one slow driver at the start that slows everybody down. So where there's one car, there's always more. You know, I can see a semi coming, delivering much needed provisions. And as soon as he goes, I am gonna make a break across the road and warm up. I wonder if he's got a coffee for me. That would be nice too. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. We are going across right now. Oh, another semi. Now, I don't have to be too stealthy on the way out because I've already done the dirty deed. Some traffic there. Not a problem. I'll just here. Nice. Oh man. I was really running on the way. Okay. That was a successful camp. Oh, hey, crazy neighbor.